The U.S. Forest Service is being sued by 32 plaintiffs whose property was destroyed in a human-caused wildfire in 2018. The Wyoming Democratic Party wants to raise the state's minimum wage, and a young black bear in Bighorn County is channeling his inner Winnie the Pooh. Bringing you these stories and more from Wyoming's largest news organization, I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily. 32 people and organizations are suing the U.S. Forest Service, saying the department didn't shut down a man-made fire during the dry, windy days of September 2018 in time to spare their homes and lands in western Wyoming from the Roosevelt fire. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland reports that the plaintiffs are asking for monetary compensation for their burned lands, attorney fees, and any other relief the court deems appropriate.
The Wyoming residents are saying that the U.S. Forest Service departed from the national guidance at the time to let the fire burn away forest dross, but then it raged southward along the Hoe Bank toward their homes and their lands and their real property and destroyed it. At one point in the lawsuit, it says that some of the property is destroyed beyond reasonable repairs.
In the end, the Roosevelt fire consumed more than 65,000 acres and burned 55 homes. Rocky Mountain Power, Wyoming's largest utility, has set off quite a backlash with its request to increase rates by 30% or more. Healthcare is an industry that uses a lot of energy, and hospitals within the utility's service area will feel the pinch should the Wyoming Public Service Commission approve the hike. Energy reporter Kevin Kilo spoke with Tammy Love, CFO for Memorial Hospital of Sweetwater County, who said they were informed of the rate increase months ago.
She said they weren't going to wait until they found out what the PSC is going to do. They went ahead and incorporated a 30% rate increase into their budget starting in January. They spend currently about $45,000 a month on electricity, so this will jack that up another 30% to $58,500.
Those increases won't fall on the patient's bills right away. Healthcare is a highly regulated industry, so there's only so much per year they can increase what they charge for their services. However, Love pointed out that the increase will affect the business's bottom line. The Wyoming Democratic Party wants to increase the state's $5.15 per hour minimum wage, which hasn't been updated since 2001. For most hourly workers in the Cowboy State, the state's rate is overridden by the federal minimum wage, which is $7.25 an hour. But there are occupations where workers are exempt from minimum wage rules, including tipped workers, students, and some disabled employees. State Democrats say that if for no other reason, Wyoming is past due to catch up with its minimum wage because it's the right thing to do. I'll be back with more news right after this.
At Hilltop Bank, we understand that buying a home is a big decision. That's why we're here to be your trusted partner on the path to home ownership. Our experienced mortgage team will guide you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. We offer competitive rates and a wide variety of home loan options to best suit your needs. With our local knowledge and personalized service, you'll feel confident and comfortable throughout the entire home buying process. Contact us today to start your journey toward home ownership. Hilltop Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Accused of trying to kill his own mother and detaining his girlfriend by shooting out her tires, a Jackson man is facing life in prison. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland reports that 23-year-old Charlie Lucas allegedly fired 2 pistols into his mother's truck as she tried to flee their home and of preventing his girlfriend from leaving the property.
The mother fled the house knowing that her son was in a rage, according to court documents. And as she was sitting in the driver's side of her truck, she realized she left her phone inside the house, and she tried to pull up closer to the house so she could get her phone to call 911. And that is when allegedly her son, Charlie Lucas, started shooting at the driver's side of the truck. And police say that there was even a bullet hole in her headrest.
Along with misdemeanor charges of false imprisonment and reckless endangering, Lucas is charged with 1 count of attempted second-degree murder, which is punishable by between 20 years and life in prison, and a count of felony property destruction, punishable by up to 10 years in prison and $10,000 in fines. It's the time of year when some regions of Wyoming start flirting with freezing. Nighttime temperatures in southeast and south central Wyoming will get into the low 30s and high 20s soon, which means frost is possible. That may be happening in some spots, but it won't be widespread, reports Cowboy State Daily's Andrew Rossi.
There is going to be some frost anticipated in southeastern and south central Wyoming over the next coming days, but we've still got at least a week of good weather to enjoy for what's been a pretty nice September, all said and done.
September 23rd is the official first day of autumn, according to the calendar, but according to meteorologist Don Day, the first snow of the season is still weeks away. Well, a young black bear with a sweet tooth has earned his nickname. Winnie the Pooh has been raiding beehives on Kevin Clark's land in Bighorn County. The Game and Fish Department has set up traps, but wildlife reporter Mark Hines says the bear just ignores them and then eats more honey.
There's a gentleman in the teeny tiny town of Shell in Bighorn County who's been trying his hand at beekeeping for the past couple of years, and there's been a bear that showed up here in the last month or so that's been coming in and trashing his hives and taking all the honey, and he has appropriately named this bear Winnie the Pooh. Game and Fish has tried to capture Winnie the Pooh, but they failed so far. So stay tuned.
Clark says he completely understands the young bear's need to pack on the pounds with what some expect to be another extremely harsh Wyoming winter coming soon. Even so, Clark says he hopes Winnie the Pooh can find another buffet at which to stuff his face. And that's today's news. If you're ready to unlock your daily dose of Wyoming, sign up for the Cowboy State Daily newsletter to stay in the know. Some of the best local reporting in the Cowboy State will be delivered to your inbox daily. Just sign up at www.cowboystatedaily.com. I'm Wendy Core for Cowboy State Daily.